Schiff was on TV the other day, and he was basically going on about 45 and how 45 basically lied to justify intelligence in the killing of Soleimani. Coming out of Washington, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff, a Democrat from California, accused 45 and top administration officials of lying to justify their intelligence in the strike that killed Soleimani, the leader of Iran's powerful Quds Force. When you hear the squatter out there on foe, he is lying about the intelligence, Schiff said Sunday on Face the Nation, referencing an interview that the squatter conducted with Faux News last week. When you hear the defense secretary say, well, that wasn't what the intelligence said, but that's my personal belief, he's lying. When Secretary Pompeo was on your show last week and made the claim that the intelligence analyst was that taking Soleimani out would improve our security and leaving him in would make us less safe, that is also lying. That's not an intelligence conclusion, that's Pompeo's personal dumbass opinion. 45 and top administration officials have said the squatter ordered the targeted strike against Soleimani earlier this month in response to imminent threats to U.S. personnel in the region. The squatter then told Faux News in an interview Friday that Soleimani was targeting 4 U.S. embassies, which isn't true. Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, however, told Face the Nation that he didn't see specific evidence that the embassies were being targeted, rather insisted that there was the belief that they could be. Esper also said the intelligence was exquisite and detailed, a characterization Schiff, a member of the so-called Gang of Eight, refuted. I don't quibble with it. I think it's just plain wrong, Schiff said. There was no discussion in the Gang of Eight briefings that these were the 4 embassies that are being targeted, and we have exquisite intelligence that shows that these are the specific targets. The Gang of Eight includes the leaders of both parties in the Senate and House, as well as the chairs and members of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees. The group received a separate briefing on the strike from the 45 administration last week before the full House and Senate learned of the details of this attack. Schiff said he didn't recall in the briefing a discussion about a possible attack on the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, instead said that the information presented was more in line with remarks from Pompeo, who said last week that the 45 administration didn't know precisely when and where the attack would occur. What they are doing is that they are overstated and exaggerating what this intelligence shows, Schiff said. When you're talking about justifying acts that might bring us into warfare with Iran, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous thing to do. Schiff also discussed impeachment proceedings against 45 as the House prepares for a vote this week to send the 2 articles that passed in December to the Senate and appoint impeachment managers, lawmakers who will effectively serve as prosecutors in the Senate trial. The Intelligence Committee was one of the panels that led the investigation into 45's dealings with Ukraine, which were at the heart of the impeachment inquiry. Senate Democrats are urging Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to allow witnesses to testify during Senate proceedings, and former National Security Advisor John Bolton said last week he would testify if he was subpoenaed by the upper chamber. Schiff said the Intelligence Committee is considering issuing a subpoena to Bolton for testimony. There's little sense in bringing Bolton into the House and not allowing the senators to see his testimony. He said if they're going to be the triers of fact, they should hear from the witness directly.